Okay, so let us talk about now current affair of 23rd June. I am going to discuss with you the current affair of 23rd June now. So what is the most important news here? I am going to discuss with you is the postal ballot. A postal ballot is nothing but as you know, during elections there is an electronic voting machine which carries the name of the candidates contesting election, and you go there and you give your you exercise your franchise and give your vote. But now because of the COVID, many people will be admitted in the hospital. They also want to go for vote. So election commission has thought of going for postal ballot. That means the patients who are in hospital or quarantined at home, they can go for postal ballot. And this is possible with some changes in the some rule of election conduct. By law ministry they have made some kind of changes. So that is the news one. Bihar elections are going to come, and election commission now is now planning seriously how to conduct free and fair election in Bihar. Supreme Court earlier banned Puri Rath Yatra. They said Rath Yatra cannot be there because of the trouble health issues in COVID-19. But now, with some instructions, Supreme Court has permitted for such yatra. After the Puri temple priest requested Supreme Court for that. President Trump has extended US work visa freeze by 1 more years. That means there will be freeze for 1 more year on the US work visa. So what kind of different visas are there, and how it is going to be? So that is what we are going to discuss in this news. President Trump has sanctioned one law. That means one law has uh, US has brought one law, and that is related to Chinese treatment to Uyghur. I mean, Uyghur is a Muslim community, Muslim minorities in Xinjiang province of China, where China does not do very good treatment to Uyghurs. So President Trump has brought one law. I mean, US Congress made a law and President signed that. So it is related to human right violation in of Uyghurs Muslims in Chinese Xinjiang province. So NCERT has come out with some kind of yoga curriculum in the syllabus and online yoga quiz. So let us discuss these news now. Before I go for these news, just have a look at the COVID situation in India. 4.25 lakh cases, and which states are maximum number of COVID? Maharashtra, and then Delhi, and then Tamil Nadu, followed by West Bengal and sorry Gujarat and West Bengal, and then Bihar. These are the states you should know maximum number of cases of COVID, and this is 22nd June 11 o'clock in the night. Okay, now let's go with the first news now, and that news is related to postal ballot. I mean, what is the situation? What is the possibility of having postal ballots? Now, keeping Bihar in mind, Election Commission has allowed to go for postal ballots for COVID-affected states. That means elections during elections, people can cast the postal ballot. Postal voting can also be done. So, Election Commissioner named Sushil Chandra has come out with this particular information, and he has declared that it is possibility now. And that rule number 27. So let's read this everything here, that election commission will ensure free and fair elections in Bihar, and COVID patients will also be allowed to go for postal ballot. So in my opinion, first time Bihar elections may this postal ballot will be used, and Bihar polls are likely to be held very soon now, and COVID-19 affected people can use this postal ballot. And Rule 27A of Conduct of Election Rule 1961 has been brought new rule, and this rule has permitted the use of postal ballot. And it is this rule is not brought by Parliament, but it is brought by the Law Ministry. So Election Commission requested Law Ministry, and Law Ministry has brought the proposal or brought the change in this rule. Now, who can seek the benefit of this postal ballot? The voters who are tested positive, they can go for it, and those who are home quarantined or institutional quarantined, they can go for it. And Election Commission has decided the limit of number of voters at each polling booth to be 1,000 now. You know, in the normal situation, 1,600 people used to be there at the polling booth in normal situation, 1,600, but now 1,000 only can be there, and others will be basically home quarantine. Sorry, others will be postal ballot they will be doing. So they will not go to the booth. If you are COVID positive, then you are to go for post ballot, and you are to maintain social distancing, and you are to, in the booth you are to only keep 1,000 people. So maybe more number of booths can be made, and this can be proper care could be kept so that elections go properly. So I think this Bihar election is going to be the first where this entire thing happens. Now let's go to the second news. That is, Supreme Court has allowed Rath Yatra, but without any crowds and with the distancing. That was the news. So on 18th of June, Supreme Court said that there cannot be any Rath Yatra because of COVID. But then the priest requested Supreme Court that this is very very prestigious and sanctatum ceremony for people, and please allow us for this Lord Jagannath of Puri Rath Yatra. Three chariot are basically in this entire function. So Chief Justice S.A. Bodway in three-judge bench modified June 18 order and authorized Puri this administration to go for these Rath Yatras, but without putting public in danger. So what is to be done? That maximum 500 people can only pull Rath, including the police official and other government officials. And those who are tested positive, obviously they cannot participate in this. And there are three Rath. So to prevent the crowding, there has to be 1 hour interval between any two chariot, and social distancing is to be maintained. So this, with this kind of instructions, I think now Rath Yatra can be done. Okay, so let's now talk about how US is going to fight the layoff or fight the economic recession going on in US. So so far in US there was some kind of a freeze on US visa freeze was going on in US, and now US has actually extended that freeze on the visa. H1B visa is normally given to the people who belong to skilled industries, technical industries like IT and all. So H1B visa is given to them. So with this new extension on the visa freeze, it is expected that more than 5 lakh jobs will open up in US. And how it is going to open up? Because every year approximately 85,000 workers each year they come to US, and they seek the jobs in US. So if these jobs are not open, I think the move may open up more jobs for US citizens. So those who are not US citizens, they will not be allowed, so that US citizens can get jobs. I'll tell you later on that so many jobs layoff was there in US, huge layoff was there. But now visa ban, whatever is done, H1B visa, because of that some jobs could be given to US citizens. What are the other form of visas? J visa is used for academic and research purpose. L visa is used for those people who are working in India, but in the MNCs, and MNCs want to shift them to US. Like if Infosys office is in India, and you are working in Infosys and you want to go to US, then you will go through L visa. So H2B visa is related to short-term, low-skilled jobs like food, hospitality industries. H4 visa is related to your spouse also working in that particular USA, in that country. So if you go with H4 visa, that not only you can work, but your spouse can also work. So remember these different kind of visas: H1B visa, L1 visa, L visa, J visa. You remember these names. As I was telling you that because of this COVID, there is a huge basically layoff in US, and approximately 45 million, that is more than 4 crore layoffs are there in US because of this entire COVID. So now obviously these kind of decisions Trump government is to take, especially this is the election year. In November, elections are due, and Trump is looking for the second term again this year. Okay, now President Trump has signed one law. It is related to Chinese Uyghur community, that is a minority community, which is Muslim community. So it is related to mass incarceration. That means some kind of harassment or some kind of punishments to this community, Uyghur Muslim community. So sanctions against Chinese official over mass incarnation So US President Donald Trump has brought one law related to this, and this law is basically Uyghur Human Right Act. If in the exam question comes, which country has brought Uyghur Human Right Act? Uyghur is a community in Xinjiang province of China, but US has brought this act or law, and this law is basically the outrage or anger in the world community against China's treatment to the minority. You know, there's a huge human right violation and abuses in the form of forced labor and indoctrination camps and eradication of ethnicity, ethnic identity of and the religious beliefs of Uyghurs. So Chinese believe that we should not have different kind of ethnicity, only Chinese ethnicity, and they are trying to destroy the ethnicity or different identity of Uyghur Muslim communities. So now US administration has determined that those Chinese official, now what this law is going to do, those Chinese official who are responsible for this arbitrary detention, torture, harassment of Uyghurs and minorities, they will be brought to justice. So their entry to US will be banned and their assets will be frozen. So the assets like their properties, their land, these things will be frozen in US and their entry will be banned in US. Now, there are approximately 1 million Uyghurs and other Muslims from different part of the world. They are being homogenized. What is the meaning of homogenized? That simply means that their identity will be destroyed and they will be merged into the mainstream China. Now, this is what by force is being done. That is something which is not acceptable. And let me give you the this map of China here. You know, this is Xinjiang province and this is the northwest China, Xinjiang province. This is Tibet, this side is Nepal, this is India. So this part is basically Ladakh province of India, and that is the other day I was telling you why Ladakh, China is showing so much interest in Ladakh, because Ladakh, proximity of Ladakh to Xinjiang, Tibet, and from Xinjiang, from Ladakh to Kashmir and Ladakh part, they can go to Central Asia. So that can be Silk Route, historical Silk Route can be revived. That is a part of it. So where is Xinjiang? Sir, northwest part of China. Which community is living in Xinjiang province? Sir, Uyghur community. What is the ethnicity? Sir, they are Muslims. And what China is doing? China is incarcerating this community, or extremism, radicalism, terrorism. These are the three words which are the three evil forces. So this is basically is the thing which define the behavior of Chinese for this particular community. Xinjiang simply means new dominion, northwest province of China. This is called a new dominion. So many, there are millions of imprisonment. It seems allegation is there on China. You know, China is a closed system. They do not reveal much things. It is not human right violation is there. Transparency is not there. Openness is not there. So Xinjiang, officially Xinjiang Uyghur Autonomous Region. This is what it is called. This is one of the region of People Republic of China, which is located in northwest of the country, and largest province basically of China. You can see diagram wise also which province do you find is the largest is Xinjiang province. That is what it is. So China is fighting in this particular province, and at the same time US has brought a law related to this province only, Uyghur community, that this treatment of China should not be there. In one of the videos, I am going to discuss all issues related to China. I mean, South China Sea, what they are doing in India, like Ladakh, what they are doing in Sikkim, Doklam, near about places. So what they are doing in neighborhood of India, what they are done with the coronavirus. So, but China is a notorious country, and whatever they are doing, that is not acceptable. And Donald Trump, President USA, is not very much in favor of what China is doing. Okay, so NCERT has launched online yoga quiz competition. What is the meaning of that? There is a national yoga quiz competition, and NCA National 21st June, as is the longest June of the year, and it is International Yoga Day, celebrated since 2014 now. And now to promote the yoga, I mean to generate awareness in students about yoga, NCERT is coming out with the now some curriculum in yoga. So that is what the NCERT is planning, and Ministry of Human Resource Development, Pokhriyal, Saab has basically through National Council of Education Research and Training has undertaken this initiative to integrate yoga in school curriculum. That means yoga will become the part of school curriculum, and it will the textbooks will be developed on yoga for healthy living. So yoga Olympiad will also be started. There's a maths Olympiad, there's a physics Olympiad. Similarly, there will be yoga Olympiad which will be created, and teachers will be trained for such particular classes. In COVID-19 situation, children are being guided by the teachers and parents to basically do these kind of activities. Now, Human Resource Development Minister has launched one online yoga quiz competition on social media, and this will be organized by NCERT, that is the curriculum making body of the school educations. And the purpose of this is to create awareness and motivate children to acquire comprehensive knowledge. This will develop the deep understanding and motivate children to apply understanding of these practices in one's life. So yoga actually world over recognizes is something which is very good. So how to generate awareness in students? I mean, yoga has different dimensions, as you can see: yama, niyama, shaktarma, kriya, asanas, pranayama, meditation, mudra. So these all are different dimensions of yoga, and students should know that. And it is open to the student from class 6 to class 12, and students should know that. And the certificate of merit will also be provided to the top scorer. So with this thing in mind, they they want that yoga classes should be initiated in online classes should be initiated in COVID situation. So I think now we have discussed a couple of news here. Postal ballot, election commission is planning, which is going to the first state. Maybe Bihar is going to the first state. Supreme Court permitted now Rath Yatra, and in Puri, Lord Jagannath Yatra, but with some kind of instructions. Donald Trump has again stopped the visas. So what different type of visas, we have discussed that. Donald Trump has come out with the one Uyghur Human Right Act, that is Uyghur is related to Muslim community in Xinjiang province, Northwest province. And yes, online quiz competition will be brought. So very soon there will be like you have competition for physics. There's Olympiad for physics, Olympiad for mathematics. Very soon in NCERT you will have Olympiad for yoga also. So that will not only increase the awareness among students for yoga classes, but that will also motivate them to practice yoga. And International Yoga Day is on 21st June. That is the longest day in the year. And with that thing in mind, I think Ministry of Human Resource Ministry that is planning for this kind of classes. So I think these were the news for 23rd June. I hope you have understood this. And on the basis of all these news which we have covered, I'm going to have a questionnaire or quiz. I'm going to discuss that with you very soon. So once we do 1 week of these topics, you keep on revising it, have your PDFs, and then we will discuss that in detail.